thought that's what we were playing on.
No, this is my. It's not a laptop. It's a divider. It's like the DM.
It's your screen.
All right.
How do we play?
So, names of the characters.
You can play William by getting a mirror and just holding it there.
What is the name of your character, James?
Gur. Ghur.
Okay. And yours, Mark?
Stan.
As in take.
Jamie?
I am Ornan Bladesmaw.
How do you spell it?
Ornan. And Bladesmaw is Bladesmaw.
Specifically, Stanislav Stanovich.
Okay, we can get into that in a little bit. All right, you're a sorcerer.
Yes.
Gur is a
Warlock. Or no, Warlock. I'm a Yep.
warlock.
Nope.
Yep. Nope.
Wizard.
No. I'm that thing. I'm a druid.
A druid.
Oh, clearly.
Of
And
course.
Ornan is what?
He is a barbarian. Half-orc barbarian.
Grognak.
So you're an orc, sorcerer, human. Sorcerer, human.
Yeah, what's your race?
Oh, me human, sorry.
Human.
Yeah,
You're a
human.
human. What about the druid? He's green. I know that much.
Oh, greenish. Yeah, he's half orc.
You talk. No problem.
Lovely. Okay. Now you're going to arrive at Waterdeep at different times. So, who left first?
We left part?
Jamie left first. So Jamie arrives at Waterdeep first.
Okay.
You're going to be at the south gate,
Yeah.
which is going to be in between the dock and southern quarters.
Sure. Got it. Yeah.
So as you enter the gate, I haven't actually have
I assume there's a pub nearby.
I have a map of Waterdeep.
Oh, you're already got it.
So you enter the main outer wall
Like what character did.
through the main gate, and then you come through an area called the South Gate.
Yeah.
And you pass the guards, and you're basically on the street called the Way of the Dragon. So why don't you tell us where were you before you arrived here?
Before I arrived at the South Gate?
Yeah.
Well, I'd actually been at Waterdeep for a few days. Kind of stumbled in here probably, a week or so ago.
What were you doing before that?
Before that?
Yeah.
I was just kind of a loner wandering around in the wilds. Don't
Just
really come from much.
Jobbing,
Kicked out of my tribe.
drifting.
Came into
Okay,
many
excellent.
fights.
So you're on the Way of the Dragon, is the name of the road.
Okay.
So I guess it kind of heads west. I guess you're going to follow along. On your right-hand side, you're going to pass. It's a large warehouse-looking shop where if you need to pick up any gear, that's where you're going to do it. And if you continue on a little bit further, the first social gathering area that you'll run into is called the Red Gauntlet. It's on your right. It's a tavern.
I go in.
You're going in?
Yeah.
Excellent. Enters the Red Gauntlet. So as you enter the front, there's a kind of like a vestibule area. It's like a porch, so you go through a second door to enter the actual tavern. When you go in, you see a arrangement of tables on your left, and the bar is on your right, where there are seats. You can sit at the bar if you like. And then beyond that, off in the back room to the right, you'll see the storage area with the barrels. So you walk in. Half the tables are empty. The rest of the tables are filled with an assortment of people. Wizardy-looking people with robes and there's like a shady character here and there.
Mostly here to be like magic users or wizards in here.
No, it just seems to be an even mix of, most of them don't look like there's anything really special about them at all. And then, obviously the tavern staff bustling around, running drinks and food to the tables.
Yeah, I think I'll head right up to the bar.
So you're gonna head up to the bar. Then what do you do?
Try to flag the barkeep down.
Okay. Barkeep comes over, says, "How can I help you?"
I was like, I need an ale.
Easy order to fill. We have two different kinds. We have a light and a dark.
Dark.
So you order a dark ale. And as you sit down, next person to reach Waterdeep or arrive, first one to say something.
I've been here the whole time.
All right.
I didn't arrive there. I've been there. I live here.
Nice.
Waterdeep is my home. At least it is right now.
Lives in
He's a real estate
Waterdeep.
agent.
Yeah.
Okay. So roughly what area? Up in the north somewhere, or like what area? You're a sorcerer.
Yep. I'm in whatever part of Waterdeep there would be a bustle of patrons, probably a merchant district, with a lot of people around that look like they got money. They're buying things and might benefit from some entertainment for a price.
Okay. So just north of the southern ward is the trades ward, and this is where you'll be coming from. You're just off of, say, Salab Street, which is off River Street, the main street.
All right.
And River Street is an east-west street, so you're going to head west, which will meet up with the high road, which runs north-south. Okay? If you turn left, you're going to head down to the southern gate.
Okay.
Okay, so you just go walk. There's nothing interesting here. There's lots of people, as you'd indicated, on the wagons, all kinds of people doing things. There's oddly no altercations or anything interesting or weird happening. So you travel all the way to the end of the high road, and you'll meet at the intersection of the Way of the Dragon and the high road, and you turn right. You pass by the giant warehouse where you buy all the things, and you're heading in the direction, and you look on your right, and you see a tavern called the Red Gauntlet. If you continue, you'll see the Aurora Realms shop. It's just magical weirdness. And another tavern called the Spouting Fish. So as you're walking along, what would you like to do?
Fishing.
Is that wrong?
Seen but not heard.
This is true. Yeah, we're gonna check out the spouting fish.
You're gonna go into the Spouting Fish, okay? This is a smaller tavern. When you walk in, there's no vestibule. Like, you're literally walking right into the main area. In this particular one, on the right, you'll just see a line of tables, 4 to 6 people going along the wall. In the center, you'll see the main gathering area in the bar. And off to the left is what you assume is a storeroom. You can't really see it in there, but there's another table. There's nobody at it right now. But so as you walk in, straight ahead is the bar. To the right is the tables. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna take a look at what's on the tables.
Okay. As you look at the tables, there's one dirty one with nobody at it. Looks like the busboy hasn't gotten to it yet. The next table...
It's not sitting there.
No. So the next table has a group of 3 people sitting at it. They look like they don't really want to be bothered, but again, nothing special about them. But the table after that is empty and clean.
So as I'm gonna walk by the table with the 3 people and go sit at the table that's empty. But as I do that, I'm gonna cast minor illusion so that there's a little dancing elf on their table as I walk by.
Nice.
Cast that and just keep on walking like nothing ever happened.
So as you do this, the people at the table weren't paying any attention to you to begin with, and all of a sudden they kind of jump back as they see this dancing. You said it was an elf or halfling?
Elf.
That's a dancing elf. That's probably a foot high, 12 inches.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So like this tiny miniature elf starts dancing in the middle of the table. So they're kind of set back by that. They're kind of looking around, and no one seems to be looking at them amused. So they're just completely confused, but doesn't seem to be causing any harm. So they started looking amused and somewhat enjoying it. You reach your table and you sit down.
Perfect. All right. I will wait until somebody comes to take an order or whatever it is that they do at this place.
The barmaiden arrives and asks you what she can do for you.
I will order a flagon of wine.
Okay.
She says okay. She comes back to the flagon of wine. So I'm going to cut to the third person.
It's been a
So-
long time.
James.
Yo.
Grr.
Just like my license
Whoa,
plate.
whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah, I said, wait a minute. This brings me back.
That's it.
pretty
Spelled differently, same name.
So when did you arrive at Waterdeep?
I'm gonna say it would have been just at the probably the break of dawn. I would have rolled in through nearest woodland outlands.
Nearest.
Like just like coming out from the nearest clearing, like edge of the woods.
Okay.
So like coming out.
Nearest clearing woods. So there is a small area, wooded area. Seems to be lived in somewhat, but it's not overly huge. So you were just in there trapping. It's not like you would have a
I
house
was actually
there.
taking the traps out.
Ah, okay. So you
So
were
basically, I was just going from wherever the first main woodland set was, coming out of the woods with any traps and snares people had been setting. But I'm just bringing them back to sell.
okay.
I'm just gonna sell other people's traps that they put around in the woods.
Okay. All right. So you managed to get into Waterdeep. Where do you want to go? So obviously you have this load of stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna be heading to the irons, like the smithies, essentially.
Sent to the smithy. So you're coming in.
Smith to the forge.
So you're coming through the south gate. It seems to be a lot of shops, not a lot of. There's fine leathers. There's the copper cup. Tom's storage. Guy knows what's up.
These sort of stuff.
Yeah. Slop Street. Okay, so apparently there's a lot of food areas in the southern part. All right, so I'm gonna get you to go to
I'll just keep walking for down.
the north. So you're gonna go north up the high road, and you're gonna pass by a couple of shops. One of them is the Orm's High Bench. It's just mercenaries. The Bellister's House, which just stores things. The Bellister's Hand, which I'm assuming pays people to store stuff, or requests money to store stuff. The next building is on the corner. It's called the Metal Masters Hall, and that's the Guild of Iron Workers and Metal Forgers.
Cool.
So you're gonna walk in here. I don't have much of a description of the place. It's
Basic.
a counter and a big storage area in the back with a lot of noise coming out of it.
Just basically, I'll walk up to the front, like the person standing at the counter, essentially.
Okay.
Slap down all the traps I've got lugged over me and say, I'll just throw it down and be like, what am I getting for this?
All right. In front of you is kind of a substantial-looking human. 6 foot, normal-looking human, heavy set, heavily scarred face. Okay, scarred arms. Looks to be burn marks. Probably in his mid-60s.
So shorter than me.
Probably. And, he actually says, so, what can I do for you today?
Just traps, snares.
What do you want me to do with those? Are they broken?
No, I'm looking to sell them.
Well, we don't really purchase those things here. If you want to sell, you're probably going to have to go into the trade district to unload that stuff. So if you just head on up the high road here, you'll probably find what you're looking for in the trade ward. All right.
Just slap all back up and pick it all up.
Okay.
Palm it, throw it over my shoulders, and start walking out. Not in a second glance.
So as you turn right onto the high road, you're gonna actually just immediately see a street to your left called Coach Street, which seems to take you in the area where there are a lot of shops and shop signs. Okay, you travel down the road, nondescript. There's nothing really going on. There's just people doing people things. Okay, place is kind of clean, I guess. What you would expect from a large, crowded city. You head up the road, and it's a winding set of streets. Eventually, you find a street called Slop Street, and you follow that one up north, and passing all kinds of shops. Like there's a silver worker, there's a place that does laundry, men's clothing, and then eventually, when you get to the end, there's an elbow where it meets with Fishwife Alley, You find a business called Estimates Equipment.
You got a pencil sharpener?
Negative.
Don't need a pencil sharpener.
Look at that. Mechanical pencil for the win.
So you're going to head into Estimates Equipment.
Take that pencil back.
You're going to walk up to the counter. Again, kind of a half-decent sized shop. Has a bunch of stuff hung on the walls. Swords, backpacks, oddly, a bunch of hunting equipment. Weird traps and boxes and wire and stuff.
Okay.
So you walk up to the counter and you see a woman probably in her late 30s, smallish. You can't see her ears, so you don't know if she's human or whatnot, that it matters. She's kind of attractive, but
Okay, walk up to the counter as usual.
Attack.
so she seems a little intimidated by you, which is not usual in a large city like this. You'd probably see all shapes and sizes, but
Right, yeah.
your size and coloration and the fact that you're carrying so much gear kind of loosely on your back, she doesn't know. She stammers, "How can I help you?"
So then, what can I get for this?
So she goes into the back and comes back with an older gentleman, which you assume is her father based on the resemblance. He quickly has a look at the gear and whispers something to her and walks away. And she says, "I can give you 46 silver for all this equipment."
Sell rations, anything like that?
She says, "Yep, we have a wide assortment, variety of things, so pretty much have everything available."
You got 3 days rations.
No, and 3 rations. You can add that to your equipment. All right, Jamie.
Yes.
You're at the Red Gauntlet. You finish your beer. You hear some raised voices outside. Okay. And a commotion is starting. And you're wondering what's happening. So what would you like to do? You can hear noise outside.
Probably get an ale to go and then go check it out.
Rush for ale to go. That's 3 copies.
So you-
There's only one for here.
You order another dark ale, and you walk outside and you see a elderly gentleman. You can't really make out his features too well, but he has a cart and it's obviously in everybody's way. And he's trying to move it, and everyone's kind of upset at him. So he's trying to make his apologies and fix the wagon while everybody's just yelling at him. So you look at him, and what do you make of the situation?
Seems like they're picking on this old guy, so I'm gonna take pity on him. I'm gonna walk over to by him, kind of give him some space, get people to kind of give some room.
So you're gonna walk towards him, and okay. So
Give the old man some space. Here, come on.
I don't know over like how are you like orcs are I don't know like 6'7", like how are you big, small?
I'm 6'4".
You're 6'4". So as you walk towards the crowd, I mean, you're noticeably taller and larger than the majority of the people, and they don't know why you're approaching because you're not making any sound. Like you're just kind of wading into the crowd, and then they sort of quiet down a little bit and kind of give you some space, and then they're all kind of looking at you and the old man, and they figure you're gonna kill the old man or something. So what do you do now?
Well, next, like if there's they're kind of all quieted, then I'll assess the situation, what the old man's trying to do, and see if I can.
So you see the old man, like the reins are kind of twisted because the horse kind of went in a direction it wasn't, and because the crowd around, like you can't get the horse to straighten up, so you can't move the cart. So.
So is it just the wheels are twisted? There's nothing.
Well, the reins, like everything that's holding that will allow the horse to go straight, is kind of all bundled up. But he can't correct the orientation of the horse either because of the crowd.
Okay, well I'm gonna start getting people to kind of get back, and so we can get enough space.
So as you move,
Sarah's like, get back, give this guy some space. So
everybody starts to kind of back away. So now there shouldn't be any problem correcting the situation now. And the old man is holding a knot of leather and brass, and he's trying to extricate the reins from it, and he basically sorts it out and straightens the horse up. And so he turns to you and he says, "Well, and at this point you're starting to assess his features." Okay.
Okay.
So as he looks at you, you see a it's just a short beard. It's kempt, like it's the opposite of what I have.
Okay.
But it's kempt. He seems to have like a receding hairline, but he's wearing a kind of a burgundy, kind of dirty, traveled burgundy cloak. So you can't really make out much of his garments underneath. But it's just a middle-aged man with a clean-cut beard, kind of like salt and pepper, black and white. And he says, "Well, I appreciate you for the crowd control. I was just trying to get out of everybody's way."
Yeah, no problem. These people.
So he says,
No consideration for others.
what might your name be?
Dad.
They call me Ornan.
Dad.
Well, Ornan, well met. My name is Almond Blackshear.
Oh man.
What are the rest called?
So he says, I'm not here long. I have some business, but I could use someone of your talent. You seem to know how to use an axe. I'm assuming.
Yes.
So to know an axe, I feel like I could make it worth your while if you would come with me. Okay.
Get out of here.
So, what do you think?
Yeah. That sounds interesting.
There's even a joke.
Better than what it was previously. Nice.
So, first he says, I respect you're a very large man, or, I don't have anything to pay. I don't have anything to pay up front. But I can assure you we will find many things worth your while.
Well, I'll need to know more details before I agree to anything.
Okay, well I don't want to talk
You
about
have
it
my
here.
ear.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it here, but if you could follow me, I'm probably going to need a couple more people. Now, James, at this point, you're finished selling your stuff. You have your rations. You're gonna head back down the high road, down towards the southern ward,
I
towards the
don't
southern.
belong up the high road. I'm going to the low road where I belong.
Okay, so you get on the Way of the Dragon. Sounds better. Anyway, it's right next to where you come out of that shop anyway.
Cool.
So you walk down the Way of the Dragon, and you see a lot of guards and well-dressed people, and what appear to be some very well-decorated knights. But they're minding their own business. So you walk down that road, and eventually it meets up with it actually comes down, and you come around the corner, and on your left is the spouting fish. Ahead, you can see a man in a wagon and a large green dude. No one else really jumps out at you.
Look around. Have I seen many orcs at all, or half orcs at all?
It's a homogenous mix, but no, orcs are not normally in Waterdeep. So I mean, you do get some weird looks, but no one wants to mess with you.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I'm just gonna walk towards the half orc.
So you're gonna walk towards the. Ornan's a full orc, right?
Are you half or full?
No, half.
Yeah,
He's your half.
Yeah, I'm just half.
All right, so two half orcs.
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk towards the other half orc, and I'm assuming you're going to be able to relate.
No, yeah, I'm
to
just
him.
gonna walk down, look at him. Obviously, he doesn't look like he's wearing a suit or anything like that. Like he's looking at you're a character.
Okay.
Look at the wagon. Look at you. We do this.
The wagon? Yeah.
Good job.
No. I don't do wagons. I'm not into that kind of kinky stuff.
Well, I saw the beard go. I just assumed.
Almond rolls his eyes. You look like you can handle yourself. What might be your profession?
How tall is this guy?
He's like at least a head shorter than him, at least. So he's like
a head shorter.
5'10", something like that.
Suits all half works.
Just like.
These are made out of bone.
It's a force.
What do you mean? What do you mean, you people?
So, are you competent with a sword, or You don't have any armor.
I just look at my quarterstaff in my hand. I'm like,
So are you a magic user?
So it's the come out roll.
a sword?
So you got no.
Are you a
Pass or
magic
don't
user
pass.
then?
I live in the woods.
So you are not a magic user.
Okay, point is 10.
I'm just gonna use for a second. I'm gonna use mold earth and just like kind of put it right over, like have the earth come up and grab him around his feet.
On 10 or on 8?
Slightly.
Oh,
push
on
up,
come,
like,
sorry,
one
yeah.
of the-
Right.
Be like,
I need 7.
4.
So you don't know who Alman is, so I need you to roll a d20.
yep, that works.
So what's your
You have a
dexterity?
bet on 8 and on
my
10 now
dex
for
is
those to
16
show.
16, so you're getting like a +2,
plus 3.
+3.
5.
So that is 14.
So Almond,
3.
like you see a twinkle in his eye, and you watch him step back just as you finish casting the spell, and you watch the dirt come up and grab absolutely
High
nothing.
five everybody else.
And so I just point down like,
Almond
And you got paid
doesn't
on
give you
your,
any
on your pass.
indication
that
that
I didn't
he,
realize. Yeah.
that he did anything. So he kind of
Yeah, so-
stands there and he goes, looks at the ground as it moves, and it's like, well, that's odd.
So I'm like, a little, I guess.
So then he looks at you, a little bit more sternly and says, "So are you a druid?"
Used to be.
Ah, so it's either that or a thaumaturge. So he says, or elementalist. So he says, so you must be a druid.
Used to be.
I said, I have use of someone with your stats. I said, if you'd like to join my party like your kinsman here, I can make it worth your while.
It's like, he's no kid.
Never.
Both large and green and
I told you he was racist.
I kind of look around. I'm like, are all of these people brothers? Like pointing at every single like human I see. Explains a lot about the species.
Almond, having more or less pretty generic human traits, could very well be
Half orc too.
no. The opposite.
Yeah, human.
Yeah. He could. I'm not saying he is or he isn't, but he could be somewhat sensitive to anybody who doesn't look like him.
Yeah.
So yeah, he would make this kind of a statement. So you're not impressed with that?
No.
No.
I wouldn't make any assumption based on his looks.
He turns to you and he says, "No. You seem offended. I didn't mean this. So let's do a charisma check."
What? I took. Oh,
You believe him like he is saying the words of the Almighty himself, and you say, "Oh, completely
no
put it in."
offense.
Okay. All right. So he says, "Well, I feel like if you two are interested in what I have to offer, I think we're going to need more people."
Well,
So wait.
You know what's
I guess we're looking for another half orc.
Orc.
Alright, we'll find you one.
Okay. So the city does not have any more half orcs. Okay.
So you do know that. It's like, no.
Doing my best to keep this on point. So, by this time, after you rectified where the cart, it was all aligned and everything, you'd actually moved a little bit up the street. You're actually more or less in front of the spouting fish. Okay. At this point, your conversation. You guys are not speaking quietly. You hear this outdoors, and what would you like to do?
I'm going to finish my wine and walk right out of the tavern. Hopefully I haven't paid.
The barmaid took the money.
Damn it!
Gave you-
Hopefully I haven't paid.
when she gave you the wine. So no luck there. There's only 12 silvers.
12 silver?
A business, obviously if a ration is 5 silver.
Clearly you
that's
meant
a
to
deal.
say 2 silver.
No, 5 silver is a very lousy road meal. So for
I bought
12
wine!
it's a bottle of wine.
It's a nice one.
Would you like
That's
to?
inside.
Would you like to pay more?
12 silver sounds fine.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. All right.
Because we can make that happen.
I like that. That's perfect.
Forget what I said.
Great wine.
I will divine a way to make this happen.
That's hilarious. All right, yeah, well,
Anyway, we all just
I'll walk out.
Yes.
Having paid for my wine.
Oh, So as you walk into the street, you see two largish looking half orcs. You know, one of them seems to have a large axe, the other one has a staff, and they're kind of standing next to this smallerish looking human in a dirty burgundy robe next to a wagon, and they're having a conversation. It sounds like they're trying to get something going.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do?
Yeah.
Do they seem animated or?
No, they seem very eager to do something. Like it's like they're trying to
We're currently
get something going. Like they're about to go do something that could be interesting.
What's on the wagon?
Covered wagon, you can't tell what's in it.
But I'm okay
Is there like
with
an
it,
entrance in the back of the
honestly.
wagon?
No, it's all roped up. Like you'd have to go
Used
into it, and he will know
call
this.
it out.
Okay. Well, just since I noticed the commotion, I will inquire as to what's going on.
Okay, so as you approach,
Back off.
What
Back off.
are you guys up to?
Give this good old man some space with his carriage.
Oh, I'll give the old man some space and continue walking down the road.
the old man says, "No, let's not be hasty. Let's not be hasty. Come here. I have need of people. There's something about you. What is your profession?
He's not a half orc. I thought you wanted half orc.
The humans are talking.
I'm also looking at this guy's feet, and I'm redoing the grab I tried on you because I want to make sure it's nothing wrong with me.
Okay, so you're gonna have to do a dex check.
A dex check?
Yeah.
What just happened?
A chaos mutual guy is doubting his abilities.
12.
And you have a modifier.
That's with the modifier.
That's a modifier 12.
Yeah.
You feel
It's like
the,
dex saving throw.
you feel the air, or what you think is the air, around your feet starting to tighten, like your feet are being squeezed.
Ah.
So you look down, and you see that the earth has risen up by a power of its own and has encapsulated or encrusted your feet, so you can no longer lift or move them.
I'm just gonna chip away at it with my spear. Like, get off of me! Whatever this is.
It's not very effective. Like if you keep at it, you'll eventually manage to
just-
chip it all away.
Dust it away. Be like, okay. It
And
works.
as you're hitting it, it just kind of dissolves and falls back onto the ground.
That's what I thought.
What kind of sorcery is that?
Alden looks around. Alden looks around. Is like, I don't know what's going on.
Sometimes I enjoy a challenge so much I cement my own feet to the
I
ground.
really didn't hide. I'm just like, like.
So everybody kind of turns towards Gur, who's doing his best to look innocent and failing miserably.
Can I attempt to perceive whether or not I knew where the origin of the spell came from?
Yes, you have to use your
Arcana, presumably.
I don't perceive.
Yeah, you can use Arcana.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Ever.
I thought he did it to himself.
14.
That's with a modifier.
Yep. Yeah, when I call it the numbers, I'll give it to you. Modifier.
So for 14, I mean, you obviously could tell that there was some kind of magic, and it's kind of in the direction in which it was emanating from. It's kind of a circling Gur who is looking at his hands as if they just popped onto his body for the first time, and he's.
So I'm just gonna look at Gur and I'm gonna touch my nose and wink. That's it.
Okay. Reaction?
Just
No.
kind of laugh. Like, do that little, like,
Allman is very amused with the exchange, and he says, "Well, I think we may have enough to accomplish what I'd like to accomplish." So
What the hell is going on here?
Don't ask me.
Okay.
This guy's promising
I suppose you should explain what you're alluding to because.
Not here.
Oh, okay. Fair.
I'm gonna need
I'm
to.
just
you're
gonna
gonna
recommend.
need to follow me.
It better have ale.
So what he's going to ask you to do
Yeah,
is he's going to ask you to travel down the way of the dragon.
You want
out the
to
south
go talk about something in the shadows. I like this guy.
So Almond leads you down the road
No, I got pummel.
out the south gate. Okay. So as you head out of the south gate, you're on basically the main road. You have to switch to another map.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Sorry, what's this guy's name?
What's your name?
Almond Blackshear.
My name?
Almond.
Alman. Almond.
And
So he's basically leading us out of the city
Yeah.
because he can't tell us inside the city. There was no like private room in an inn or something we could get.
No lap of luxury for you folks. Plus, he didn't want to foot the bill for it anyway. He doesn't have any money.
What is the problem?
All right. So, as you guys leave the gate, you head on down the road. There's a bridge over a river, so you cross that. As you headed towards the wooded area you would come out of with the traps and everything, right? So you're on the edge of this. You can clearly see that there's nobody around. He puts the brake on the wagon there and gives the horse some food and water. And then he turns to you and says, well, we won't be observed here, so I can start to tell you what I had in mind. I have a great need to find an artifact that I believe, from the tomes that I've been perusing, is located in the ruins of Kars.
Where's that at?
Do you have any of these tomes on you?
No. They're at the Great Library.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
So, and again, it's like Templar lore levels of like breadcrumbs everywhere, and you're still going to draw the wrong conclusion. But
And she's got a trail.
very convinced that the artifact that he's looking for is in the ruins of Kars.
Ruins of Hearts?
The ruins of Kars. Karse.
Okay.
Okay, it's right next to the star. Somebody's phone buzzing.
Not me. Okay, so what is this artifact you speak of?
He said,
like, is it a picture?
he starts
or
to
a
look.
painting?
He
What
starts.
kind of art is it?
He starts to look a little bit dodgy, and he kind of says, "Well, I don't actually know. It emanates a power that if I can get close enough to it, I'll be able to recognize it. But I need to get there, and get near it so that I can detect it." He says, "But I don't know what it is. It's probably smallish, maybe small like a sword, or even smaller like a pouch of coins. It could be something that size. Not a huge object, and it's not microscopic either, right?"
I'll grab a totem that's like around my neck just as he's talking about artifacts and stuff, and I'm just start rubbing it.
Okay, is there anything special about that, or
It's the actual artifact I need for my druiding.
okay? So you're it's kind of like a mindless, like a worry stone. You kind of pick at it whenever you're thinking. You're occupied. Okay.
Yeah.
So he
Go
says,
there, take everything out of ruins, and we go over.
"Well, I have no interest in anything else that's at the location. I need this artifact, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to run into trouble on my way, and I can't handle it alone."
Sees light.
So Alman, he says, Kars is northeast of here.
Super green.
He said, but it's we'll probably have to follow the river. We'll enter the high forest, and probably the easiest thing for us to do is to follow the river. There's not going to be many trails in a place like this, but we'll play it by ear.
Oh.
So he says, right now by these woods,
These are my skills.
we have.
You get artifact, we get what?
Yeah, I was just about to interject that myself, Ornan. This all sounds wonderful, but we've heard about what you want, but what's in it for? Well, specifically, what's in it for me?
You say you have no money.
Now he is starting to look a bit shady. So if you guys could all roll for perception.
Perception, huh?
So I will tell you what he is, but you have to act like you don't know. If
Dirty 20.
a dirty 20. What about you?
Nat 20.
Okay, well, obviously you're reading this guy like a book. Okay, like he's giving you every vibe that like you know that he's not exactly sure, but he's saying.
Nope.
So he was saying that you know obviously this artifact has been lost and hasn't been found, and that it's more than likely. But he's obviously not sure. More than likely in a place with other potentially valuable things. And he says, I have no interest in these things. And I mean, you know, obviously we have to get there, so we don't know what we're going to find. He said, I have no need for anything that we find along the way. So you can pretty much whatever you want. My only interest is this artifact, but there will be other things. I just can't say with certainty.
With the name of the ruins, do I like have any idea where they are in the woods, or where they are if they're surrounded by woodland creatures, anything like that?
I have to do a quick search here.
Maybe.
I want to know, because that might be enough for me to be willing to go.
Attack.
Okay, so basically the cult of Karsus were the original founders of Kars. Okay, obviously with a cult, there's obviously power struggles and everything, and then apparently a lich named Wulgreth of Netheril was involved in inciting an uprising that ended up basically laying waste to the entire place, and then they went wherever they went. So it is.
Did the power struggle affect anything to do with like say surrounding villages, surrounding tribes, surrounding?
Not at all. It was just their
All
own
within the inside.
self-interest, and it's all physical. There's no mystical, magical.
Oh, it's more physical than.
Yeah. So it's
more
not like
worried about.
it's not like creating a blight in the forest or any of that weird stuff like
Okay.
that. Like, it was literally pretty much benign, but it just ruined the place.
To be honest, if it gets me away from the city, I'm in.
Okay.
Well,
I have things to do anyway.
I'll tell you right now, if there isn't anything worthwhile as we get there, I don't think that I'll see this through, but I'm interested to go check it out. Ruins are always interesting and fun, and, you know, I think that you were very right in spotting me, and when you need a task done that's as important as this is, you want the best you can get.
Almond looks at you and says, "You're the man, Stan."
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah. You need people intelligence.
So he
on this
turns.
mission.
He turns to you two, and wants to know if this is something that you're open to.
I got nothing better to do.
I like your attitude.
Make sure nobody traps, stumbles, or affects my home at all.
Wow.
All right.
Ornum, I have a feeling, if nothing else, you're probably going to be able to break stuff.
Smash!
Sometimes.
Is that another racist human?
Yeah.
All right. So
It's our
Alden,
life.
I mean-
deal with these racists.
Alden says,
You're not
I
wrong.
know that we need to head northeast. We can go through these woods here, but we should head southeast and meet up with the Delambir River and follow that, because that'll take us right into High Forest.
Okay, so why would we go through the woods?
It's just an option. I mean, you guys can change the path. I don't have this thing isn't on rails. I'm just at the topography, and anybody that knows the area, this is probably the best way
So-
to.
Woods
Okay.
are
Point in the direction where we
Straight
have
back?
to go.
I'm
and
just
I
like
walk.
woods are straight back.
Okay. So you decide to head into the woods.
Really simple. This is really simple.
You say it's this way, I go this way. You say that way, I go that way.
All right. So Almond's suggestion. What do you feel of the suggestion?
I feel like going the most direct way.
Yeah, if you've got this cased out as to the most efficient way to get there, then that seems like the best course of action.
Okay. So I'm not saying go through the woods. Okay. So everyone else wants to do what Almond wants to do, or
I'm just like, why the woods are the direct way?
we're probably going to do this. I'll just let
Oh,
you
yeah,
know.
but that's
I
it,
want to
but-
make sure I understand what they're thinking.
Yep.
So
River.
you guys are like, I'll do whatever, or
Yeah, he knows where it is.
Yeah, if he's saying it's like.
so you guys are going to have to sort this out. I have no skin in the game. Almond says I will go in either direction, but the easiest way, or the most easiest way to follow
go
in
woods.
his impression is to head to the Delaware River and follow it. But if you want to do what he
Yeah,
does,
and
we
I'm
can
just-
totally do that. But
I'm just like that
decide.
because he doesn't obviously travel through woods often. The woods are the direct road. Taking the river is fine. You get water, but we're adding time. We're wasting time. It's just that way.
Well, you know what? If you look like someone who knows your way around the woods, I'm all about efficiency here. If that gets us there the quickest and easiest way, that's all I'm looking for. So I'm
we have
good.
one
I'm good. I'm
convinced?
good either way.
What about you? Ornan.
Ornan don't care.
Okay.
No, I care.
You do care?
I do care.
All right. So I think we
Don't
got
assume he
two.
doesn't care.
Almond is
Yeah,
a
I look at
swing,
all
but
that,
he doesn't.
honestly, I'm like, is there a reason for the river if we can go without?
He said, I'm not married. I'm not married to it. As long as we're heading northeast, we're going in the right
But what about
direction.
his cart? Is the cart going to travel through the woods? How
That's a
dense
very
is
good
this forest?
question.
Do you need your
Very good
card?
question.
Yeah, do you need your cart, Almond?
He says, one
if-
moment.
What if
He
there's
runs
lots of
around.
treasure?
He runs around to the back of the cart. Okay. He runs around to the back of the cart. He opens up the back and pokes his head in. Okay. Can't hear any noise. Okay. Pokes his head in. Pops his head out. Looks around. Pulls a pouch off of his belt. Waves his hand, and the entire cart shrinks down to about the size of a baseball.
That answers card
And
question.
he
Oh,
pops it into the bag and ties it onto his waist.
I'm pissed.
Like, are you sure you need us?
How come you didn't do that in the streets? You have to make big commotion.
Wasn't the time or the place, and I have my reasons.
That was a cool trick.
That's what I'm all about. The cool tricks.
I like these cool tricks. I get something on my feet. I get shrinking carts. Yeah, and what's next?
Okay.
Actually, you just wait and see what I can do.
Oh,
Like, you guys got early tricks a week lag.
So you enter the woods. Okay, you're heading northeast into. It's not a huge copse of trees. You'd been in there earlier, ripping all the traps out. So you don't see anything of particular interest, and there are a variety of trees here. Is there anything you would like to do while you're in the woods?
Yeah, I'm just actually gonna do the
So is this a roundabout way that's going to get us there, or we will go in
We're
like
going
the
the exact
This-
opposite direction.
I'm not telling you which way we're doing.
I
Depends on how
know
much you
where
trust
the
this
shade
guy.
is coming from.
Oh, I just
This
want
is
to know.
making fun of how I don't know how to steer a boat. That's what it is. We gotta go northeast, and then I'm like going to southwest. He's like, "You're going the wrong direction." I'm like, "I didn't know."
Look at the compass.
Yeah, but if he's saying to go in the woods here, is it like the woods kind of in the direction it's going to get us there, or is it?
Yeah,
Why not
it's,
literally
it's,
going in the
it's
opposite
literally the most direct as the crow flies northeast.
Okay, that's what I want to do. Is go
Yeah,
the most
absolutely, and that's the only reason that Allman agreed. He said
Okay.
this is northeast.
All right.
I'm just gonna any animals like just bird stuff like that around.
There's the obvious bird noises. I mean, this is not a place that anybody goes to very often, so it's very naturalized. I mean, you've seen a lot of small woodland animals, but most of the larger ones are nowhere to be found.
Crows, anything like that.
Not crows really, but
Small
like
bird.
like woodpeckers and like owls.
I'm just
and-
gonna call the woodpecker
Tree bird.
over, ask it to get an aerial view, make sure our route is safe as far as it can tell.
Do you have an ability or anything that
Speak with animals.
speak with animals? And you already have this active, or do you have to activate it?
I'll have to activate it first.
Okay, go ahead. It's no difficulty, just do the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to Spot. I know that he wants to.
Well, she's not going
The DC for
to.
calling.
Yeah, so all I need to do is to do. Doesn't cost me anything food wise.
Is there any material?
That's what I'm looking at.
I
Some
was
of it's
thinking
just-
materials, but
some
you're
of
in the
it's
woods.
food.
Yeah, so whatever you need is probably at your
But I don't think
fingertips.
there is at
It's
this one.
crack it off a tree, lift it off the ground. You have rations in your pack.
Yeah, that's why I was looking to see if I had to use anything like a piece from my rations, but this one is in bond. I need it, but not speak with. Speak with, I can cast it. So.
Okay, so no limitations. I wasn't expecting there to be any. So you're gonna invoke.
Sorry, verbal and somatic. So yeah,
What's the duration on that?
10 minutes.
So is the
Okay.
when you have that active, so you can hear everything. So if like the forest is really loud, like you're just like,
Shut up!
Everybody, shut up!
You only have one of these?
I have another one somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
That's cool.
I have there's some other dice bags that I can't.
So yeah, anyway.
So you speak with animals. You're gonna call over a bird. It's not a difficulty DC. It's not a difficult DC. So I'm not gonna bother to make you roll.
DC.
So a bird approaches. The species is not a woodpecker, but it's kind of like a brown, normal-looking bird of average size, but size your fist.
Just a standard.
Just a bread butter, like biter. One wants to land in
Sure, yeah. I mean,
Alright, I got the black-eyed June. Got it. A chicken you out.
so you're gonna ask.
I'm just
this-
like,
it's a she.
I'm like, how are you?
Great axe.
How are you today, sister? I hope all's well.
She says, the worms are delicious, and the forest is quiet.
The forest is quiet. Have you been up to where we headed northeast?
Yeah, we're heading northeast.
Have you been up towards the northeast at all today?
Direction is not really. I mean,
Right.
within the woods. Yeah, you could point. You
Yeah,
could
that's all
point.
I do. Is I'm just
Okay.
like,
So you point, and she says, "Well, I haven't been out of the woods all day, but there's nothing going on in here since I believe it was you I saw earlier pulling the traps up this morning."
would you mind just quickly, if you're not too busy, and I still take out a piece of ration anyway, I'd be
Yeah.
like, a fair trade for you and your family. Just go take a quick look, come back, let me know if you see anything that looks uncommon to these woods.
So the bird takes off, disappears through the canopy of trees. I mean, it's not dense forest or anything. You can see sky, but then she darts up there, does a big circle around. She comes back and she says, "Yeah, there's looks like thin wisps of smoke to the northeast. Just outside of the, just the edge of the forest there. But I mean, there was no movement."
Alright, I give that. I'm like, keep your family safe,
Okay.
and I appreciate your help.
She said, "Thank you, traveler," and she disappears. All right.
Huh?
So you're in the middle of the woods. Nothing's going on. The piece of information. There's
That northeast, there's some smoke. Didn't see any movement, but smoke isn't a natural phenomenon in the woods. So.
Fair. Like a lot of smoke or just a little smoke? Oh, wisps. Okay.
How far to Curse?
the edge of the edge. Oh, to Paris.
Yeah.
It's probably about 7 or 8 days journey. But
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
there's some rough territory
Okay.
to get through. But there might be opportunities to speed things up. Who knows?
Alright.
Who knows?
That's all I run.
We need the cart and something to pull it. Like a couple of half-orcs.
Yeah. Well, I can pick up.
Or a tall human.
I can pick up almond.
What's happening here? Almost like why are you stop handling me?
He's like, why are you talking about touching me?
We must go faster.
We're gonna do the 9 days or whatever it is in 6 hours.
You go up 3 levels.
So moving along.
This forest is huge.
There's really no reason to stay in this forest. You can continue northeast, which actually is going to take you in the direction where she'd seen the
Right.
Smoke.
wispy smoke.
That's it. Doesn't matter if we're still in the forest as long as we're going directly northeast.
Let's do
So
it.
you move as a group. Yeah, together.
Yes.
Okay, so you're walking northeast.
Yeah, I think
As you approach, the trees start to get a little bit less dense, and you start to smell what smells like the remnants of an old fire.
You should have
Yes,
showered before we left.
Smells like an old campfire, right? Like it's not super strong or anything, so it must have been put out or whatever.
Campfire ash.
But as you walk
Smells
forward,
like
you
Teen Spirit.
eventually see the circle, and there's a bunch of stuff around. Like there's actually
What kind of
some
stuff?
small bags, and it looks like there should still be somebody there. There's so much stuff, but the fire is essentially out.
Okay.
I'm gonna investigate why there's stuff but no people.
Roll for tracks.
Good call.
So you've probably got an ability to.
So I'm gonna investigate. I'm just gonna generally investigate the campsite, see what's up. But yeah,
Okay, you're gonna investigate the campsite. You're
Jim's looking for tracks.
you're gonna do a sweeping. You're going around looking for
I'm
any
just
type
gonna
of.
go around use probably just do different things, investigation, nature, whatever.
and just
Perception.
and just before
Like, you
just
tell me
before
when
he
I'm rolling, I don't care.
just before he does his thing,
Oh, I
as
got survival.
as I'm investigating, if I'm coming across some of these bags, I'm checking what's in the bags. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Literally went.
Yeah, so I want to kind of check I'll check the perimeter and that. I'm just looking for people.
Found good.
Great. Yeah. This guy's good.
So what you see right on the ground is there's no weapons that you can see, but you'll see 6 knapsacks, various sizes and conditions. They're all smallish.
Yep.
And 6 bedrolls, all rolled up.
All right. Check them. Check
other-
what's in them knapsacks.
Yeah. So you're gonna go through the knapsacks, and all together you're gonna find a lot of odds and ends. Like there's
Bits
just
and bobs?
piles and bits of string. There's buttons. There's
So you want this over there?
no, I'm good. I'm good. In and amongst the things of worse, there's like a broken dagger hilt, and there's like one of them looks like it has a bunch of things for cobbling, like maybe shoe repair or some type of armor repair.
Okay.
One of the other ones has what appears to be, I guess, tools for fixing weapons and everything, like kind of.
Like blacksmith tools.
Sort of, but like road kit. Like I can't fix this perfectly, but I can I can take that chip out of the blade or whatever it is. And then the other 4 just have an assortment of odds and ends. I mean, there's nothing really of value here. You can't really find any money.
Alcohol.
No, there's no food or drink.
I find it very frustrating that there are 6 knapsacks full of absolute junk, and no one around here. What the hell is going on?
So was there any it just seems like there was a
The fire is still warm. It's not really giving off any
Yeah.
smoke anymore. So whoever was here kind of recently, like today.
right.
But
They might be
not-
they might be coming back.
Any signs of where they went? Any tracks? And
So James was out doing his tracking, so I'm not going to bother to roll for that. With your survivalism and your druid background, you're pretty much going to find whatever. So you do find, oddly enough, heading towards what looks like a small copse of trees separated from the rest. Like it's probably about 30 feet wide, type thing. So it's large enough for something to hide in. So anyways, the tracks are going towards it. You're going to try and assess what kind of tracks they are. Okay.
That
So
I'll roll for.
yeah.
just roll 20. 20.
Oh.
No.
7 and 5.
Okay. So
Well-
you notice it looks like smallish humanoid feet, but with they're kind of the foot pads seem kind of a bit more separated than a human's foot would be, and they have not super lengthy nails, but like they have what appear to be some type of animalistic type nails on it. But there's
Human.
6 sets of these humanoid, small.
Human, come here. Human, come here.
What is it?
Let me see your foot.
Why do you want to see my foot?
I need to know if they match these feet.
Look at them.
I don't know what your feet look like.
What kind of human has claws on the end of their feet?
Ones are gonna cut their nails.
You make a good point.
These are not human tracks. I can tell you that right now. They look nothing like my feet. I don't need to show you my feet. Whatever.
You got feet issues.
Does anybody have lore or you could probably use a survivalist check to try and determine what type of tracks they are.
I have survival.
If they're kobolds tracks, I'd probably have some insight into that.
Because he's a kobold hunter.
You're a kobold hunter?
No, I just have a draconic ancestry.
I only have 12.
I bit. He threw out the bait and I took it.
I got 22.
All right. So
No, he rolled
what are we doing?
I roll like crap.
What did you roll?
I rolled 7.
So they might be people feet.
They're not big feet.
I rolled
Okay, so
22.
you continue. All right, you rolled a 20,
22.
22. You
30, 20.
you can tell that based on the size and the animalistic characteristics of it that they're kobold tracks.
I knew it.
Kobold, humans, same thing.
Now you're
Is this guy serious?
you're about halfway from where the fire was, just inside the edge of the trees and this copse of trees. So you're at about the midway point. So at this point, I mean, you could, if they were making any noise in there, you might be able to hear it.
So is it logical for us to assume that the bags belong to these kobolds, or do we see any other feet and would you indicate
Nope.
that maybe
Those are the only tracks that you see is 6 pairs of kobolds.
Anybody speak and kobold speak. See if they're still there or if we have to crush.
How far away from the thicket are we?
I'd say the distance is probably about 50 feet. So you're probably about 25 feet from the.
So I'll call out in draconic. Come out of the woods. We know you're in there. Just want to talk.
You don't hear a sound.
I'm good at this.
What's that?
I'm good at this. Let me go in.
All right.
Okay. So Ornan is going to walk away from the group and try and enter the tops of trees.
I'm going to follow about 15 feet behind him.
Okay.
I want to watch.
I'm gonna do druid shit from back here. Okay, so as you approach the edge of the trees,
What you doing, druid shit?
roll a perception check.
Both of us?
No, just you.
The thing is that druids.
Oh!
19.
19?
Yeah.
You hear a rustle.
Russell!
Like something was close to the edge and appeared to move back and to the side.
Why is Russell
How far away? Is there something I can grab at, or
No, I mean you're still 5 feet from the actual trees. It was in the trees, and you couldn't see anything. You just heard it.
okay?
So you have a rough idea where at least one of them are.
It's like I know something's in here. I have to keep going in.
I mean,
Yep.
that's up to you.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
You're going in. Are you following it?
I'm still about 15 feet behind him.
Okay. You're about 10 feet into the trees. It's only about 30 feet across. So like I mean, you're kind of in the middle. You're still at the edge because you were hanging back. Okay. At this point, you can see the movement of 3 or 4 things just ahead and off
No.
to the right.
Do I notice any movement from where I am?
Okay. I'm gonna let out like
You
a
notice a
howl,
straight
yell,
in front of your eyes.
tell them to stop and come out. Basically, try to intimidate them.
You don't hear or see anything else. They've moved away and they I guess feel safe again.
I'm gonna keep going, but I have my little hand axes out, and I'm kind of like carrying a path, almost like with the machete.
Okay, so you're moving through the trees. You're obviously you don't see or hear anything because they moved off and they're not in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just pushing into the trees and nothing's happening. Are you staying at the edge or are you going into?
No, I'm going to go in.
You're gonna go in. Okay, so you end up where he was when he saw the 4 of them move, but he's about to come out the other side of the cops, having found nothing. Okay, what are you doing?
Well, I found something, and I know they're in there.
Watching.
Okay. Almond, in the meantime, has moved to the left around the edge of the
Oh, that.
copse of trees. So he's, kind of flanking.
I'll start walking towards that guy.
Okay, so you're
But I'm walking.
yeah. So the two of you are moving away from the campfire where all the gear is, and you two are in the middle of the tree. Okay. Almond approaches the side of the woods, so he's at the edge of the trees now, and he hears movement. Right.
Yeah.
So he, at this point, his gambit is to kind of flush them further into the woods where
They are.
where Stan and Orin are, right? So he moves in and
Just move to the side, like where he's trying to flush. I'm going to put myself on the third side.
okay.
So it gives one direction for us if not. But
So you moved on further and
like when he started going that way and it started looking like he was going to flush in, I just backtracked.
you went backwards. Okay. So you went back towards the fire. You're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Are you staying close to the trees?
I'm saying,
Stay close to it.
yeah, about 10 feet from the
Okay.
tree line.
Mark, you hear a rustling off to your left as you're kind of looking at where Ornan went, and you didn't see the movement off to the right. So to your left, you start hearing movement, like there's something there.
Orin. Check over there.
Well,
So what are you gonna do?
yeah. I'm gonna go back.
Are you gonna go
that
back
way.
towards him, or are you
Yeah.
gonna circle around? Because you're almost at the outside of the copse on the opposite side. So like you could come around the edge of it or something.
Circle around.
Okay. I circle.
You're circling around,
Yeah.
and then you're not gonna go all the way to where Almond went in. Like you're kind of at a 45.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you're gonna walk into the woods, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're walking to the woods, and you're basically flushing them towards you. All of a sudden, you see two kobolds kind of
Damn dirty kobolds.
come out from behind the trees, right? And I mean, they're not looking at you. They're just they don't want to be caught by who's behind them, so they're gonna go near you, like within reach. What would you like to do?
Right to my face?
Well, no, they don't want anything to do with you either, but they're also want to get as
They do want-
fast as they can away from. And Ornan is coming in towards you too, so they're gonna probably veer a little bit to the right. And,
I see two of them.
yeah, so they might actually head towards the campfire where the gear is.
So I'll speak to them, ask them what they're doing.
They don't respond. They just keep running.
In Draconic.
Yeah, they just keep running. They have no interest in interacting with you.
I holler at them to stop.
They don't. They just keep on moving.
That's rude.
Are they heading? They're heading towards Ornan.
Well, no, away from him. I mean,
Oh, they notice him too.
by that time, he's coming like you can see each other, so he's visible. So when they come out, they're like, shh, and they turn right. And right now, they're angling like right back out of the woods towards where their packs and stuff are.
I'll follow them.
Okay, so you're gonna run after them.
I don't run after them, but
Okay, so you're gonna walk back in that direction. What are you gonna do, Arnon?
So I see this happen.
Yeah, I mean you see the two little things dart run away from you, and then you watch Stan start to stalk after them.
Yeah, I'm gonna run after them.
All right, so you're gonna run. So you're gonna try and beat
Yeah.
Stan. So he's gonna run past you,
cool.
right? I mean he's flat out chasing these things. Okay.
I'm good with that.
Okay, great.
I just want to grab them. I don't-
Okay, great.
I'm not
So you're gonna run up. You're gonna try and catch them and grab them.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a long stride, and even though they're kobolds, they're not particularly fast. So you manage to catch up, and you grab the two of them by the back of their
Yes. Yeah.
clothing and lift them off the ground. They start flailing wildly at you.
Yeah, I'll hold them at a good distance away. Where
So I'll
hopefully
come.
their flailing doesn't hurt me.
Okay.
So I want to go to where he's holding these kobolds, and I'm gonna look them dead in the eyes and say again, "What are you doing here?"
This is our business. It's our business. It's not your business. It's our business.
Our business now.
I'm making it my business.
In the meantime, you were angling back towards the fire, but you're near the copse of the tree, so you saw Stan and Ornan just like, come past you. Like, I mean, Ornan was flat out, right? He grabbed onto it. So what are you gonna do?
Walking back towards the camp.
All right. So all three of you are going over. Almond, for whatever reason, is still standing in the woods.
Is it?
Yeah.
Alright,
All of a sudden, you hear a yelp. You know, like, and it sounds like a human. It's in the trees.
Oh man, what do you see?
You don't hear anything.
Does it sound like a girl?
No.
Does it sound like an almond?
Sound like an almond.
That sounded
So you're gonna go right
I'm
into it.
gonna go quickly.
You come crashing through the trees, and you come out into kind of like, it's not clearing really, but it's kind of an open area.
Let's follow him. Bring the kobolds.
Yeah.
You can see the 4 other kobolds kind of are sitting on Almond and like kind of holding him down and stopping him from making any noise.
Okay.
Says, "Don't touch us."
In the tangle.
Do they see Ornan and I yet? With him
No, I mean
holding 2 kobolds?
no. So they're in the trees, like they can't see what you're doing, and like those guys are not making
Because
any noise.
we're coming towards them now.
So they found someone by themselves, and they've cost them.
There's 4?
There's 4 of them. They're all kind of clinging to Almond to keep him from moving. And
Yeah. Actually gonna go back to my good old mold earth.
mold earth.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what are you going to attempt to do with it?
I'm going to try to launch Omen from underneath himself, kind of up into the air, with them on him. So kind of try to scatter them while sending him straight up.
Yeah, moldy earth.
I'm doing a little trampoline.
Okay. So you're going to try and bounce Almond,
Later.
who probably has no interest in being bounced.
But he
That's his
probably doesn't
problem.
want them sitting on him either.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that I mean,
Sounds like an almond problem to me.
Yeah.
do you? Okay. All right. So you're going to cast this. The earth from underneath
It's just gonna
Almond
raise
just
off.
pops.
Like, yeah, just a pop.
just pops, and Almond, who is not prepared for what's about to happen, kind of flops off to the left, and the kobolds kind of go in another direction. So they're kind of landing in a heap.
Which I assumed, considering he accidentally, without knowing, avoided my stuff in the first place, should work on the second.
He's a bit preoccupied at the moment, so he's like, "Oh, my back, ruined me." And then, so then the kobolds like.
Thanks.
You have an instant here where they crashed, like they landed in a pile, but they haven't gotten up and ran off yet.
I'm gonna throw one at another.
You're gonna grab one
And
and
smack
throw it
it.
at the other. Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, we're gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I need the
+3
numbers.
for initiative.
9. Oh, pretty.
18.
That's pretty good.
What do you guys roll? Oh.
23.
We used to
This
roll.
guy.
We used to
That's
roll a
nat
d6.
20s. What? It's a D20, dude.
Everything in the fifth edition is a 12 now.
You want me to re-roll? Because
I reroll.
you have
Was there ever a D6 initiative roll?
no.
Okay.
Yeah,
Used to
your
be- Used to
initiative.
be D10 for second edition. Maybe first edition? I don't know. Like where you make
Shadowrun was a d6.
I don't know. It's
Yeah,
from one of the online ones, but it was a d6, 1 to 6. It's like a initiative modifier or something. Anyway, whatever. So so I have that. What were the numbers again?
18. 18 for me.
23 for me.
And 9 for me.
And I roll
So
nat.
technically everything.
Nat 20.
Nat 20 for
Oh,
initiative.
you
What was yours again?
a 9.
9.
So you fall.
You didn't roll, right? Oh, you rolled 6. Yeah, +3.
Okay, so at this point, Ornan and Stan are not really in the fight, so I'm going to keep their initiative here for now because of what may happen. One of the kobolds gets to act first.
Son of a bitch.
Hold on.
Natural.
He's gonna be like that.
Oh yeah. You rolled so high.
7 out.
You can't be. You guys can't. I don't know.
So one of the kobolds is going to get up and dart. I mean, he's no interest in sticking around, so he's going to book it into the woods. The next one does the exact same thing. He follows his buddy. They're kind of angling towards the campsite.
Camp? So they're going to run right towards
So
us.
now it's your chance, and there's 2 still more or less prone. And you said you wanted to grab one.
I'm grabbing one and just hitting the other with him.
All right, just give me a 20.
On strength or just what am I doing?
It's an agility check to grab something.
Agility.
When you throw him, that will be strength.
What's agility?
Dexterity.
Dex. Okay. So that's 16.
16. So you grab one of them by the collar, and now you've got him in your hand. You're gonna chuck him. Okay. You're gonna slam him or throw him?
I'm gonna hit the closest one
Okay.
to him with him.
All right. Just give me another 20 roll.
8.
8. So you chuck him and you miss, so you don't hit the other guy. But I mean, obviously,
Well,
this
he knows
first
somebody came
kobold just caroms off a tree and lands in a pile.
Ouch.
And he's basically dead.
Basically, or
He's basically dead.
He's throwing kobolds up against trees.
I wanted to.
So this causes
two of
the
them.
next kobold to kind of turn and look at his dead comrade in shock. So he's kind of stunned in place. So he doesn't do anything else. The first kobold pops out of the trees and sees Ornan holding two of the kobolds, and you kind of standing there with an amused look on your face.
Oh, very amused.
Okay, so he's about 10 feet from you, at which point he picks up a rock and he throws it at you.
Son of a bitch.
What's your AC?
15.
So he hits you with the rock.
God damn.
Yeah, and he does it's
rock damage.
it's a disorientation. So like you probably roll disadvantage on your next. You don't actually take any damage from it.
Do you have cameras on your rolls?
You're like,
No.
seriously? A rock? Who throws a rock?
Who throws rocks?
Who throws a shoe?
Kobold.
Come on.
Throwing these rocks.
So anyway, he bonks you. So I mean, you're gonna have like the bad mojo for the next
Disadvantage on my
round.
next roll.
Yep. So then the second one that was running after his friend turns around. He does the same thing, but this time he's aiming for Orna. So he's gonna throw a rock. What's your AC?
One of his friends.
17.
So I mean, the rock like just sails past your head. It doesn't- You don't even notice really. You might hear the whistle. At which point you guys are now in the fight.
We're in the fight.
So
You hit me in a rock, I'm in a fight now.
I guess at this point you're in the woods, standing next to about 10 feet from a dead kobold.
Mhm.
What would you like to do?
Where's Orin?
I guess
Where? Yeah,
23,
where's,
Oh wait, sorry.
Initiative.
Yeah,
Sorry,
let's go.
I screwed this up. Yeah. So Almond, rubbing his back, kind of stands up and looks at the dead kobold and kind of gives you a look. It's like you're a menace, So he starts to walk towards where the other two kobolds ran, and stepping over the kobold body. So when he comes out of the trees, he's coming into this weird-looking melee. So I guess the first person to act now would be Stan.
Come on, Stain.
Not yet. Not.
No, nobody likes
Yeah,
him.
me.
Actually, no, we'll go with Orin. We'll go with Orin.
Yeah,
It really doesn't matter. It's a story. So, Orin, go ahead.
Mhm.
You have action. You're holding two kobolds. And
Yeah.
You just heard a rock kind of sail past you.
Right. And there's more coming at you?
Throw one back.
What?
The two that came out of the trees, because everything
Yeah.
freezes in time, had about enough time to either pick a rock out of their pocket
Yeah.
or off the ground and throw it. So they're kind of halfway between the trees and you.
Okay.
And you're holding these two kobolds. Your back is kind of to them.
Yeah.
So
Can
what are you
I,
gonna do?
Drop trap.
Yes.
They're so
I
intimidating
want to get it.
by
Grab
the
another one.
hairy greenness.
Grab another one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take those two, stuff them under an arm, and really squeeze tight, and then try to grab another one.
Good on
So you've taken two kobolds,
Yeah.
put them under one arm, and swap,
Yeah.
trying to grab the third one.
Yes.
Okay. Give me a dex check.
Sure.
Funny.
Ooh, that's good.
18.
Okay. So you had to do like a half jump to close a bit of the distance.
Yeah.
But you close your hand right around the face of one of these kobolds. You got him
Yeah.
by the head, like palm of a basketball.
You got three.
And you lift them up off the ground.
Nice. Pretty cool.
Okay. Now Stan.
How many you guys got?
All right, Stan. You're somewhat disoriented, so collect yourself. What are you gonna do?
So Ornan's got 3 kobolds,
Uh-huh.
and there's one near Gur and another one that's kind of somewhere in between.
Yeah, there's another one more or less, probably about a few feet behind where Ornan grabbed one by the face. So like he's probably within 5 feet of Ornan, but he's still 10, maybe 15 from you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk up to the kobold that Ornan is basketball palming.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to drive my spear through him.
You've got a speed. Okay. All right. Just give me an attack roll.
I feel like less of a menace.
Unless you're really incompetent, this is.
Well, I'm rolling with a disadvantage.
Oh.
Yes, you are.
Oh, so does it
out?
balance out because he's incapacitated?
No, you're gonna have to roll your disadvantage. It just lowers the DC.
Yeah, I guess.
So-
he wouldn't,
Oh, so it's not to
he
hit.
wouldn't have
No, he
dodge.
can't dodge or anything. He's
Fair enough.
basically a prone target.
He dodges anyway.
A 6.
You hit him. You hit him with the spear.
Flesh wound.
He's not living anymore.
You don't even need to roll your damage. You did.
Mine's only
For the record, 8 damage.
mine's only mostly dead.
Oh wait a minute. That's not
Like what? I just want to point that out. You killed the guy straight up. Mine's mostly dead.
So that's done. The
2 kobolds are probably freaking out.
yeah, I mean the 2 kobolds, they're obviously struggling, but it's a super high DC. Let's see if we can. Oh, one of them breaks free. And the other one doesn't. So the second one that you kind of stuffed underneath there was probably not an ideal position. He kind of squirts out the bottom of it.
Jeez.
And at that point, he's going to take a stab at your leg.
That's not,
Leg stabs.
not a good idea.
So as his free action, he readies a weapon. And he misses. It kind of bounces off the leather of your boot or whatever, and it just doesn't make a good
And
connection.
he looks at you and goes, what a shame.
So next is Gur.
We're just looking around. Sorry. Should have warned you. You good?
So I mean, you were back standing by the kobold, so you obviously worked your way out of the trees towards everybody else.
I was just slowly walking towards all the not slowly.
You could probably 30 feet. You could probably get to them.
I know I don't get to add my proficiency bonus, but
Like I'm
fuck it, I want a
talking
spear.
to him.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure he's good. If I have to heal him, I'll heal him. Like
So there's nothing else for you to do. The only 2 free ones are.
yeah, I'm ignoring them. Because
Chill
that's
touch.
why I said I'm going to
Poison spray.
going on.
Of
Like,
course.
You,
Match
sorry,
us.
should have warned you. Are you okay? You need a heal.
So then we have.
Targets at once.
Okay, so we killed 3 kobolds.
Yes.
We should have 3 left, but I
You have 1, 2.
Yeah.
You do have 3 left.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, some.
Oh yeah, it's one ran away.
One's
popped
down
out.
and the one cleared out beforehand.
All right. So so you're walking over.
Oh wait, the one that ran away, he was running towards the camp, right?
Yeah, he's running towards the camp.
So
There was 2 of them that ran towards the camp. They both threw rocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was saying, did we kill 2 of them or 3 of them?
No way. He grabbed one of them, so there's still one standing.
One that's loose.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the loose ones.
The one that got loose, and then
The one that got
out of
away.
the 2 that were ran out of the woods.
So anyway, Gur's asked if everything is okay.
Well,
What's
I'm
your
literally
response?
only asking Allman if he's
What?
okay. Because I didn't mean
He's
to hurt
asking
his back.
Alman. He's
Oh,
got-
Alman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says,
he's
"No,
like,
we'll talk about it later."
Like I can.
Talk about
do you need a hand?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, cool. And then I just look. I go back to circling around and seeing
Okay.
what they were actually in here for, ignoring the fact that there's still a part battle going on. So I'm just engaging.
He's sure.
Okay. So you're out of the fight. Alman gets up and starts hobbling out into the clearing towards the fire. He doesn't really plan to do anything. He says, we tried talking to them yet. And then the one remaining kobold, who's still free, he kind of pauses and looks. He doesn't, like, he sees 3 of his friends are dead. At this point, like, he kind of wants to just run away, but he doesn't. So he just stands there.
Get on your knees!
Aren't only 2 dead?
3, actually. Because you threw one against the tree.
He stabbed one.
He stabbed the one that was hanging.
He was holding one, grabbed one by the head, and one dropped.
Right. The one that got killed
Was the
was
one in his
in my
hand.
hand.
So that means
So and,
there's still
and then one
loose.
dropped out of my hand. So I only have one kobold. Then there's the one kobold
That's
that
standing
dropped.
next to you.
Yeah, so there's still
Yeah.
one.
And then there
somewhere.
was the other
Yeah.
one. That
We
was
lost-
on
we
each
lost
of the
track of
camps.
one.
So there should be two loose.
So there's the one next to you that stabbed at you.
Yeah, I got
and
it.
one where we
I got
don't know
it.
where he is.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't know where he is.
Huh?
And he's still nowhere.
Huh?
So the one that is still visible to everybody, he just kind of he's shocked. He's like, I don't like if I attack, I'm pretty much toast, and if I run, I'm probably not going to get away. So he just kind of stands there. So it wraps around to Ornan. What do you want to do?
So there's that one that stabbed at me that's still there, or is
Yeah.
he the one that's
Yeah, he's
like,
standing right next
okay.
to you. In the wood.
Oh, is he?
I just want to boot him. I'm just gonna like try to haul off and just give him like make this freaking up.
It's a critical.
Kobold.
It's a critical failure. So what ends up happening is that you twist at a weird angle because you want to use your right foot. You twist at a weird angle,
Yeah.
and as you lift your foot up, you kind of lose your balance, right? And then you fall. When you hit the ground, you let go of the kobold that you were holding, and you're on your back prone.
What the F?
So stand.
Where? Oh, guy.
Why did you feel failure? I mean,
Stand.
How close? How close am I to the one that? Well, I guess I was stabbed the other one, so I'm probably right beside the one that
Well,
stabbed at
you're
Jamie.
on the other side, but yeah, I mean, you can close the distance. No
Yeah.
problem.
So I'm gonna.
Kill him.
yeah.
I am going to. Oh yeah, I was trying to remember if that one is a.
Crit fail.
I accidentally stabbed
Crit fail.
him. Which is okay.
I'm going to.
This is beef broccoli.
I'm going to go around and use shocking grasp on the kobold that stabbed at Jamie.
Okay. So you're gonna have to close the distance, and where it's a, I'm assuming a physical.
So that's roll to hit. That's a 24.
Okay, well you get your hands right on him there, and you shock him. He
He's very
he kind of
He takes 7 damage.
it's not gonna kill him. He's unconscious. So he falls down. He collapses.
surprised.
But he's not dead.
Okay.
Um,
He's not feeling good.
So then the kobold that was in Jamie's arms breaks free, and then he tries to kick Jamie in the face.
What?
Oh yeah.
Why the hell?
It's gonna be.
And
Critical success.
oh wait, because it's advantage on a prone target. He does manage to hit you, but he doesn't really do any damage. He kind of
Okay.
disorients you, so you're probably rolling disadvantage on the next attack.
Do I get to roll next time though?
Oh, you will.
He did last time. Yeah. He went to kick him. He didn't even get to roll.
He did.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't.
No, he didn't.
You roll.
He rolled and said it was a critical failure.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
You gotta let this man roll.
No, you don't.
He's got these dice.
No, you don't.
Man.
Nope.
All right, so
Well, I guess-
it is now the
I just, yeah, I don't get to do anything. It's like,
Like, let me tell you how this is gonna go,
he's
son.
like, I get
Stop
to-
grabbing 3
he's playing my
successfully.
character, so it's all good.
okay. So it is it's Gur's turn.
No. I'm gonna do a heavy, kind of a search through while they're fighting. I'm gonna, of the same looks I was doing out by the camp, I'm gonna do in the woods, see if there's something they were hiding here, a reason they were trying to get, all but not to make any noise.
Combat looting. Nice.
Damn.
I said I disengaged.
I disengaged. Yep. The rest of your team is in mortal danger. Mortal danger.
I think we got.
Last I saw, he was holding 3. I figured they had it down.
I think I
so
got
walked away.
I think I've got a pretty good grasp on things.
Oh.
All I have to say is, do not go for a pee for the next 30 seconds.
He casts dad joke effectively.
I feel like that feel like Rudy Giuliani, that picture of Rudy Giuliani that Seth Meyers keeps you.
So you're gonna search around. You don't really find any evidence that they left anything behind or tried to hide anything. Like it seems like they just did not want to be found. So then that leaves Almond, who comes over and tries to wake up the unconscious kobold.
What are you doing, Almond?
I mean, he's got a hold of him. I mean, the guy's weakened. I mean, it's pretty low risk if you think about it.
Time up.
Be on him. They hate that.
Almond doesn't seem to be concerned. He's just kind of slapping the kobold's face to try and get him to wake up. Maybe this small act of kindness or whatever might turn the tide. You've killed half the party, so I don't know how nice they're going to be about it.
They had their chance.
We tried to.
So the one remaining
They didn't want to
kobold,
talk to me.
the one remaining kobold who's standing next to Gur, kind of looks puzzled at what Almond is doing, so he's kind of taken aback. And he says to him in common tongue, why aren't you trying to kill him? Almond says, because we didn't really want to kill you. We're just traveling, and we were curious. We left your packs unmolested, mostly, and wanted to talk to you. And we didn't really attack you. We just wanted to talk.
We didn't start the
All
fire.
of this started when you had him pinned. What are you up to?
Oh yeah, well, we only pinned you because we thought your friends were going to be a threat to us, and obviously you've killed some of my brothers and sisters. So how I don't want to die. So why? What do we do? And Almond says, yeah, we were just wondering what you were doing. And the kobold says, yeah, we're just traveling. We just an innocuous stop here for the day, and we didn't want to be interrupted. This situation is kind of reached its culmination. So, I mean, now you need to extricate yourself from this situation without hopefully killing the rest. Or maybe you could do that too. It doesn't matter.
We're not in initiative anymore?
No, I mean, the combat order is still here, but obviously people are taking non-combat actions instead of combat. So there's an opportunity to switch this out of a fight into something else, or, we can just finish the battle.
Tell them to drop their weapons and get on their knees if they don't want to die.
They do exactly that.
I drop my weapon and get on my knees.
Not you! The kobolds!
Almond waves his hands. We don't have time for that nonsense. Were you doing anything of consequence? Yes, it's the kobolds. The kobolds are like, no, we're just traveling from. We were going to head to this shop near Waterdeep. I mean, they don't like our kind in there, so we weren't going to go in. But we wanted to camp here. And
You have nothing to sell. I don't believe you.
You guys starting a t-shirt there?
just traveling labor. But, we have small hands. We can sew. We can. We have something to offer. We're not all, terrible, greedy little, like most of our other brethren. We're just, we're the good ones. So you basically killed 3 of probably the only 6 friendly-ish
Hold on.
kobolds.
Let me.
I hope you're happy, Mr. Natural.
Oh, let me quickly go over a nice little bit about my
I tried
person's.
to.
My flaws. I feel no compassion for the dead. They're the lucky ones.
A cynic. Nice.
I'm chaotic neutral. They're not going to make me feel
So
bad.
you were looking to sell things. Do you have any money on you?
We don't have much to speak of. Obviously, you found our belongings. We're not exactly of means. We were actually trying to find work.
There were no coins in your belongings.
Here.
Are they on your person?
Well,
If you want to live, you're going to guide us to the ruins of Kars.
We don't want to go to the ruins of Curse.
Well,
Well,
something was put in for you.
in that case, this is a stick up. Your money or your life.
Or the ruins of Cars.
Okay, they look dejected and they hand over whatever they have in the form of coins. It's like a handful of copper pieces.
Oh, you did it, you jack.
You're like, no, you kobold.
How many copper have I just taken from these poor kobolds?
5, just so it can't be divided evenly.
No, I just take all 5.
You got a copper bowl.
I just take all.
So he's the treasurer now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Treasure.
Treasurer of his own funds. So he's
Yeah,
taking.
nothing for us to trade with, so I care less.
Am I up yet?
Okay, so you don't care. Yeah, you get up, obviously.
Okay.
So anyway, they're
Where's my
there.
character?